Back to the forecast now, taking a live looks outside now over Rogers Avenue from our Fort Smith Mercy iCam. It's just a muggy night. It rained rained heavier, I think, in the River Valley, did it not, than maybe in Northwest?
Yeah, some of us definitely saw some heavy downpours, led to some localized flooding. Now, where things are right now, most of us are quiet, and I would expect most of us to stay dry overnight. Should there be an additional shower or two, it's going to be in LaFleur, perhaps Scott, maybe far southern Sebastian County. Odds are pretty low. As we've seen the sunshine descend, we're not fueling those showers and those thunderstorms. It will stay cloudy overnight. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Many of us are waking up to an overcast sky, maybe even some patchy fog. If those winds will settle, that will be a good recipe for some of that patchy fog in the morning. Some of the clouds do try to break, especially along and south of I-40, where I think we're going to enjoy a bit more sunshine. It looks like, at least according to the newest data, perhaps the clouds are going to be a little more stubborn in northwest Arkansas. At any rate, I think we'll see a fair amount of sunshine with some additional clouds building in back tomorrow evening. We're going to be mostly dry, albeit a stray 20% chance of one of those pesky afternoon pop-ups. Back to that typical summer-like pattern. Temperatures overnight tonight falling largely into the upper 60s. Places like Waldron 67, Fayetteville 69. Meanwhile, a lot of us only going to drop into the low 70s. Fort Smith, Van Buren 72 degrees. Rogers and Bentonville dropping to 70 out the front door tomorrow. The heat, that becomes the big story really quickly. Normal July temperatures tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. Upper 80s, low 90s. But by Sunday, this ridge of high pressure, this heat dome, it really begins to tighten its grip on the area. As a result, you guessed it, we're getting hot. 95 on Sunday, 96 Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, perhaps there's some signs of some minor relief by the middle part of the week. It really looks like Monday and Tuesday are going to be the two hottest days of next week. It also conveniently are the 2 days we're going to have the most, or maybe perhaps we could say the worst, humidity, which is going to result in these numbers feeling a lot more like we're in the triple digits. 107 perhaps this coming Tuesday in Fort Smith, Ozark, Clarksville. 102 Fayetteville. 'Tis the season, right? Our summer thus far has been really normal by many standards, but it does look like some above average temperatures aren't too far away. It's also going to get dusty. The sky's going to get hazy. Now, this happens every summer, at least 3 or 4 times, but it is interesting nonetheless. We actually see dust develop here in the Saharan Desert. This is in Africa, and it gets picked up by the trade winds and moves that dust our direction. That's a really long ways to go, right? It eventually gets pushed into the Gulf, and those southerly winds are going to bring it right into Arkansas and Oklahoma. Now, this is going to begin being more noticeable tomorrow, especially Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we're going to continue to see additional plumes of it move into the area. Most notable, more than likely, on Sunday. What does this mean for air quality? Well, for the most part, it doesn't mean a lot at all. Most people don't even notice it in terms of respiratory issues because it stays in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But if you are more sensitive, you're more prone to particulate matter or pollutants in the air, you might just be mindful of that. Again, beginning tomorrow and likely with us into the first part of next week. Here comes that heat right here. By the middle part of next week, that ridge of high pressure begins to gradually, I don't want to say it breaks down, but it does lessen its grip on us, which may allow temperatures to fall back into the low 90s where you would expect them this time of the year, and perhaps a little bit better chance of a few of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. 91 tomorrow, the River Valley, 93. Honestly, you can't really complain about that in July, but nonetheless, that's what we've got this weekend. Largely dry, great weekend to be out on the lake or at the local pool. Just drink plenty of water, put the sunscreen on, reapply often. And for the folks that have no choice but to work outside next week, I get so annoyed, Darren, with the national media when they say, just avoid being outside.
You have to work outside.
Some people have to work outside. So next week are going to be a couple of those critical days, Monday, Tuesday especially, where we really have to encourage folks to drink water. Check on folks. Make sure they got electricity, the air's working, and staying cool.
All right, Scott, thanks. Appreciate that. This is your daily reminder. No better place to keep up when weather hits than our 24/7 Weather Impact stream. It's got everything you need, live cameras, live radar, around-the-clock updates. You can scan that QR code on the screen right now to stream on all of our 5 News platforms.